Heavy hitters to the Great Lakes state in search of some extra votes. Republicans kicked off the month with a visit by former Massachusetts governor and one-time presidential candidate Mitt Romney. Romney, who is also the son of a former Michigan governor, stopped in Livonia to campaign for his party. Then, a couple of weeks later, we saw another former governor and famous son make his way to the Mitten. Former Florida Governor Jeb Bush went to the west side of the state and then came to Lansing to stump for the Republican ticket. But Democrats brought plenty of firepower to Michigan as well, particularly in the form of the party's top two power couples. A few days after Jeb Bush came to Michigan, former First Lady, Senator, and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton stumped for Mark Schauer and Gary Peters. She made a pit stop at Oakland University in Rochester to fire up her party's faithful there. 1 week later, her husband, former President Bill Clinton, stopped in Flint to rally supporters there. Peters and Schauer sharing the stage with him there as well. And of course, the other Democratic power couple would be the Obamas. First Lady Michelle went to the Detroit Music Hall on October 10th to encourage people to get out and vote. And her husband, President Barack Obama, is coming to the Detroit area on November 1st. And we're going to talk about the Barack Obama effect in just a couple of seconds, but we're going to turn back to Bernie Porn, our pollster, to talk about the famous faces that we've been seeing here in Michigan. And Bernie, what effect do these visits have, if any, on these campaigns?
To all of these people coming in is trying to energize the respective bases. It's unlikely that they're going to persuade independent, undecided voters in the race for governor or other races, but they are there to try and energize the base. The Republican top shooters that are coming in, they can be used, and especially if they record robocalls or are in mailings, they can encourage Republicans to go to the polls. Republicans have less problems getting their voters to the polls than Democrats. Bringing in the president, a lot of people would suggest that that may be a bad choice because of Obama's negatives. However, he's very, very popular among Democrats and among African Americans. So bringing him in, people who are going to vote against the candidates because they don't like Barack Obama have already made their decision. So what his effect can be is to get Democrats who are less likely to turn out in these kind of elections, gubernatorial elections, to go to the polls. And if they can increase turnout by about 500,000 from 3.3 in 2010 to about 3.8 million, Mark Schauer has a very good chance of winning.
Yeah, these have been some very